Indeed, it's a bright, beautiful morning, a Thursday morning, and we're here in the busy city of Lagos. It's time to wake up, everybody.
Let's light up your day with another exciting edition of your feel-good breakfast show.
Yeah, of course.
You know, we're still,
Booting. Are you booting?
I need some coffee.
You're booting?
I think that's what will help this morning. And
I need to give him some of my excitement, especially since, you know, we can smell Christmas.
Oh,
It's
Christmas
around
is
the
6
corner.
days away. We're doing the countdown.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're excited about it. Yeah,
Yes, we
very nice,
are.
very nice, very
Now,
nice.
that excitement in the air is creeping up on everyone, and hopefully we're spreading the joy to you too. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
Yeah, my name is Yomi Owope. Talk about, are you excited?
I'm trying to boost his excitement levels. Is it working, Tokwa? Is it working?
Boosting Yomi's excitement levels.
Yes, sir.
Yomi has another thing that's worrying him this morning, so just leave him. Let's be excited, just you and I.
Don't worry. I'm fine. I'm good.
Oh, you're good, all right.
Anyway, we are streaming live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Send in those comments. Give Yomi a reason to smile
Yes.
better and boost him a little. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Oh,
on
so I'm not
TVC.
smiling enough. This big smile on my face.
Yeah, because we're trying to, you know, boost, make everything feel more Christmassy in this room.
Yeah, anyway, you can download our mobile app from your Android and iOS store, and this app allows you to watch us from anywhere, any device in the world,
Yes,
or
sir.
most devices. Most devices. You can try.
As long as there's internet on that device, you
Yeah.
go watch us. Our first musical performance on the show today is coming from award-winning singer Femzi Now.
In the winter, I could be your heat, I could be your sprinter, you could be my speed. Something just happened.
And for creative drama this morning, we're going to be joined by the Live Theatre Lagos Group.
Yes, indeed. They have a stage play they call Bo. I'm going to let that sink in. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Then for our second musical performance, we'll be joined by Ogumiloro Ayodele. And this is a performance of The Beauty of Africa. It's a live band.
All right, so you think you can act? Your answer is probably yes or no, I mean, depending on. Anyway, joining us to talk about this book, who was written, called So You Think You Can Act, is Yemi Oludele Dari on our book chat segment this morning.
And for a beautiful and soulful rendition of Christmas carols, we'll be joined by the angelic voices of the King is Coming Children's Choir.
I was in darkness, alone and afraid.
And finally joining us this morning is, chef. She's a chef, a motivator, humanitarian, anti-gender-based violence ambassador, and seasoned comedian, Princess.
See a bigger money, she tell the EFCC. The EFCC should go there, they see the money. The man said that the money you have seen is plenty.
You know, so people like Princess, TA, I don't know if you remember the comedian TA, Teju Babyface. You know, they started these comedy skits before the Instagram
social
age.
Yeah.
And you know, so they had all these 5 minutes within like a particular show, and it was very nice. And they also had characters.
They would come out and play
And
every
situational
single-
comedies as well. So I thought it was, I mean, so they were actually pioneers in this space. And yeah, so I'm interested in knowing a bit more about how they started.
Honestly,
The female comedians, it's I don't know, the business is kind of hard for them. Like, so you go to a major comedy show and there's almost no, if not none. I can't remember when I've ever seen a female comedian.
a few of them did stand the test of time. Let's say like Lekpasho's Bosse, you know. But the thing is, I remember her joking a lot about her size, and now that she's lost the weight, the joke is not really as, you know.
Well, I mean, I guess she can still refer to it like in the past tense.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
But that was someone I'm really proud of because of all the weight she lost. And then so Princess Dami, she's also a caterer now. You know, she's doing all sorts of things behind the scenes, and it'll be interesting to see what she's doing online as well.
Yeah, very, very.
But
very cool.
I know that Trump is trending.
Oh, yeah.
Trump is trending.
So yeah, finally, he's been impeached. The details are still coming in because I mean, when I was going to bed last night, they were still making speeches and speeches. They were going to give everybody like
The details.
well, give everybody the opportunity to speak before voting.
Okay.
So you would give a speech, maybe a 2-minute speech, and then you'd say, this is why I'm voting to impeach Trump, or this is why I'm voting not to impeach. Yeah, and
So there's no going back from it. So is it like, it's not official yet?
it's official.
It's official?
It's official. So it will now be sent to the Senate, where there will be a trial. There'll be an actual trial, like in a court.
Okay.
And then, which will happen probably next year. But the Senate is controlled by Trump's party, so
he will not be removed.
he won't be removed. He'll be impeached.
But he'll still remain.
President.
Really?
It was the same thing that happened to
Clinton. So you know
Bill
that
Clinton,
the House, which is the lower house as it is, has a majority for Democrats, and they voted along party lines, very, very strongly along party lines. The Republicans didn't seem to see anything wrong. You know, the charges are obstructing justice, especially when it came with the Ukraine issue.
Yeah.
That's the main one. And trying to influence Congress. Those are the two charges, you know. So it goes to the Senate in January, and it will die there.
Okay.
But he'll have it on his record along with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, and one of the
There's another
presidents, I think
There are
Andrew
3 of
Jackson
them
or
now.
something. Yeah.
So he'll have it on his record, yeah. But we don't know. I think the whole idea has to go down to 2020 because they're not like they're saying that, hey, we'll get him out of office now. No. But it's trying to see how we can skew votes onto our side for the election in November.
So he can actually still run for election again?
He
Is that
will,
what you're
not
saying?
he can, he will.
Oh, wow. Okay, now that's a lot to talk about.
Mike Trump.
So we have to go for the news now, and Ibrahim is standing by.
It's really a very big story that Donald Trump has become the 3rd U.S. president in history to be impeached by the House of Representatives, setting up a trial in the Senate that will decide whether he remains in office. The House voted on 2 charges: that the president abused his power and that he had obstructed Congress. Both votes fell along party lines, with nearly all Democrats voting for the charges and all Republicans against. As voting took place, President Trump was addressing a campaign rally in Battle Creek, Michigan. He said, and I quote, "While we are creating jobs and fighting for Michigan, the radical left in Congress is consumed with envy and hatred and rage." The White House has released a statement saying that the president was confident that he will be fully exonerated in the Senate trial. Now, the police have promised to track down all those responsible for the fracas that took place on Tuesday in the Surulere Aguda area of Lagos. Our senior correspondent Ivy Kano attended a meeting between the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 and community leaders in Lagos.
These are residents and members of Police Community Relations Committee, Lagos Island and Ogun State, the 2 zones under the jurisdiction of the AIJ. Attendance at the meeting showed how important they take security and their willingness to partner with the police. The police say Nigerians must see themselves as having equal stake in security.
It is just the beginning of our engagement. I have to make it very clear, the public are the police and the police are the public. It is through this kind of engagement, it is through this kind of interaction that we'll be able to understand what is happening in our society.
The major security issue we are having in Zone 2 has to do with issue of this cult-related issue.
It was also an opportunity to address the Aguda Surulere crisis.
We have already set out all our arsenals. All our teams have been moved out. We'll change and review the architecture and deal with those criminal elements. We'll not allow crime and criminality anywhere. Many people have been arrested. Criminals have no place as far as this place is. Once I'm here, criminals have no place.
Numbers of newly posted police officers serving in various areas were distributed to attendees. Ivy Kano, TVC News, Lagos.
And normalcy has finally returned to Akure, capital of Ondo State, after the Shoti Tobire Miracle Center, situated at Oshinle in Akure, was burnt down by irate youths. The youths invaded their church following unconfirmed reports that the remains of a boy who went missing in the church over a month ago had been exhumed from the church altar. 3 persons, including a policeman, were killed in the incident that trailed the action. Our correspondent Ayodeji Moradeo reports.
Oshile area of Akure lost its peace earlier today when the community was invaded by irate youths. The protest was propelled by unconfirmed news that the corpse of 1-year-old boy, God Kolawole, who went missing over a month ago, was exhumed from the church's altar. The mob set the church and cars in the environment on fire, while members said to be conducting a service ran for their lives. While the destruction went on, there was no one who could confirm to have witnessed the exhumation of the body of the missing child.
By Tito B, and for some weeks now we've been hearing that so many people he has been kidnapped. He kidnapped a child his name is God, and today now on the news we heard that the child was found dead alive in his church, and right now as we are talking right now at Oshile.
In Oshile right now, and we heard that a pastor buried a young boy on his altar. One of his members' child, he buried that person on his altar. These are the things that are happening in the industry in the Nigeria now.
There was another report that the young man was killed by a bullet fired by the police deployed to calm the situation. Then the police officer was found dead after being attacked by the mob. In the meantime, the state police commander sued for peace, saying the command is on top of the situation.
To keep calm, those who have gathered there, they should disperse and go about their lawful businesses. As soon as this case was reported, we commenced investigation.
At the time of filing this report, normalcy has returned to the area following the reinforcement of more security operatives who have commenced arrests of many residents of the area suspected to have masterminded the violence. Ayodeji Moradeo, TVC News, Akure.
So the judicial matters now. The Federal High Court in Abuja has granted a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to arrest Britain Adam Quinn over his alleged involvement in the PNID case. This comes after a suit between the federal government and Goidel Resources Limited, ISIL, and James Nolan. The EFCC had sued Mr. Nolan and Mr. Quinn, alleging that both men used the two firms, Goidel and ISIL, for money laundering. Mr. Nolan is also said to be a signatory to PNID accounts. The court adjourned to the 20th and 21st of January 2020 for the continuation of trial. And now let's give you an update on the controversy surrounding the detention of the Revolution Now convener, Omoyele Sowore. Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami said he was not summoned by the Federal High Court, Abuja, in respect to the matter. This disclosure was issued in a statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations to the Minister, Omar Gwando. The statement recalled that the issue surrounding the subject matter is on the application filed by Mr. Showore's lawyer on 15th of November 2019. The case file was to be remitted to the Chief Judge for assignment to the vacation judge for hearing as the next adjourned date of hearing falls within the vacation period. There were no evidence to show that the DG, DSS and the Minister of Justice have been summoned by the court. And as another news update for this hour, weather update is up next.
We're looking at the newspaper headlines this Thursday, December 19, 2019. That is coming to gradually winding down.
We have the Punch newspaper starting us off here. It says IPPIS varsities face fresh strike in January. Federal government enrolls 8,000 lecturers. Universities workers enrollment hits 90,000. National Assembly keeps ASU waiting. That's an interesting turn of events there. It also says right there beside the masthead, Supreme Court affirms Makinde Sanwoolu, El-Rufai, 4 governors' elections. Court orders arrest of PNID's owner's son, Quinn. Then at the bottom of the photo story here, it says, missing child, 3 killed, Ondo church set ablaze. That's a part of one of the stories we saw in the news earlier on. It says here, army to pay 50 million for beating father of 3 to death. Sad one. Fraudsters tampering with UTME centers cameras, according to JAMB. Senate President heads APC peace panel. Lawan, others mourn as Imo Senator slumps, dies. Ekiti community alleges herders destroy 50 million naira farm, hoist flag. Heading to the top of the page here, it says banks earned 135.15 billion naira from e-payments in 9 months. And governors meet on federal government's bailout repayment deductions. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
Let's take a look at the Vanguard. $9.6 billion PNID award. Court orders arrest of Britain. EFCC gets bench warrant to begin extradition proceedings. Missing boy in Ondo, policeman, 2 others killed as irate youths set church ablaze in Akure. And that you can see, there's a photograph there of what happened in Ondo State yesterday at the Sotitobire Miracle Church in Akure, which was burnt yesterday by angry youths. CBN threatens to suspend bank accounts of palm oil smugglers. And a few other stories at the bottom here. Ojikalu's SLOC appeals against takeover by federal government. And governorship polls. Makinde, Abiodun, Sanwoolu, Umahi, Udom, others win at Supreme Court. Ekiti community protests herdsmen invasion. And federal government releases 1.2 trillion naira for capital projects. SAA, Senate clears OMSL, says firm be allowed to continue business. Projects without sites, budget 2020. And finally, Uwajumogu slumps, dies as APC senators mourn. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard.
All right, I'm moving on to the Guardian newspaper now. And it says here, reps probe PPPRA over unremitted 1.343 trillion naira. Lawmakers allege breach of TSA policy, ask DPR to enforce ban on illegal gas outlets. Now that story starts on the cover there and wraps up on page 6. Now it also says Senate decries Navy's alleged incapacitation as Kaita disowns report. Visa on arrival policy aimed at achieving Ruga, Ohaneze alleges. EFCC gets court's nod to extradite Britain over PNID gas deal. Just below the photos there, it says Supreme Court upholds election victory of 8 governors. Sanwoolu, Makinde, Udom, Abiodun, others hail ruling, urge calm reconciliation with opposition. It also says here, federal government releases 1.2 trillion naira for 2019 capital projects. 39 firms bid for 4th mainland bridge project. 39, that's a lot of bids. SLOC asked court to set aside judgment ordering its wind-up. Yeah, and then finally, policeman, motorcyclist killed as mob sets church ablaze in Ondo over missing boy. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, the Daily Sun's got the headline, ESCC to extradite Britain over and others over PNID scam. Court gives anti-graft agency nod. And Customs warns of diseased cattle, sheep from Niger Republic. So that's a warning to everyone, especially during this Christmas period. And Masob, no going back on Biafra, asks Southeast governors to give Kanu's parents state burial. And missing boy, policeman, another killed as mob sets church ablaze. That story is on pages 4 and 5 of the Daily Sun. And Supreme Court upholds Sanwoolu, Makinde, Abiodun, El-Rufai's Guber elections. Umahi Emmanuel Sule Masari also. SAA, Senate absolves OMSL of fraud irregularities. And here we have a story. The Sun journalist wins NMMA Foreign News Reporter of the Year award. That story is on page 3. And there's the swearing in of new permanent secretaries, new federal permanent secretaries, several of them yesterday. This was held at the council chambers at the State House, Abuja. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Sun.
We still have the Nigerian Tribune, and you know it's always packed with stories here. It says here, 2019 poll, sitting governors harvest victories at Supreme Court. Jubilation as Makinde, Abiodun, Sanwoolu, El-Rufai, others win. Page 2 has more on that. Meanwhile, Lawan Akonde head APC's reconciliation team, governors excluded, out of school, Sokoto, to enroll 20,000 girls, women into formal school. It also says secure Anchorage area. Senate absolves OMSL of fraud, irregularities. And right here, of course, it says beside the photo story, that same story that is cutting across all the papers today. Policeman, one other killed as mob torches church over missing toddler in Ondo. No dead body exhumed, says the police. Senate demands probe of OAU professor's murder, alleged pension fund scam, Maina's son to remain in Kuje prison till January. And that's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune.
That's about all that we could take for this hour on the newspaper headlines. We'll be back with traffic after this.
Good morning and welcome to Traffic Reports in Lagos. So as you know, we like to see how we can help you make your journey easier and smoother. If you're out there on the road and you want to help other road users as yourself, please make sure you use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria and share what traffic looks like wherever you are. So this morning I'll be starting my journey tips from Aja en route Bonny Cantonment as Victoria Island. I'm starting the journey from Abraham Adesanya, and now it will take you approximately 40 minutes if you're going to use the tolls. But if you decide at about where you get to the second roundabout to take off and enter from Oniru, that will take you 51 minutes. So now let's take the journey from Abraham Adesanya. Now we have a smooth journey from Abraham Adesanya connecting to the Lekki Ekpe Expressway. It's smooth all the way to Aja Market, where we have the traffic light at Aja bus stop. Is also smooth. It goes smooth all the way up to we get to just shortly after the Ikota shopping complex. The slight traffic at that point. Don't know what's causing it, but it could be expected. Now it keeps going smooth all the way till you get to the VGC Welcome Center, which is a traffic spot because there's a traffic light there, but it's a smooth flowing traffic, so it wouldn't keep you for so long. And then you continue your journey, smooth flowing all the way till you get to just pretty close to the Lekki Conservation Center. There's slight traffic there, but it also shows that it's moving, so it's nothing that will keep you on the road for so long. Now we have a smooth flowing all the way to the well, still going all the way till you get to Chevy View. That's the Chevron area. There's slight traffic there. So from what I'm saying here, we have bits of traffic at every traffic point, which is expected because, you know, the traffic light is what coordinates the movement at that point. And it's still smooth flowing all through Agungi, smooth flowing till you get to Osakpa, London, which is where the Circle Mall is. Now there's a thick traffic at that point. I don't know what's causing it, but it shows that it's thick traffic, but it begins to ease up as you leave that area, and it's smooth flowing all the way to you get to this is showing the Elegushi area. So now this is the point where you decide if you want to go through the inner route, which is the alternative route, which stops you from paying the toll gate, or if you actually want to stick to it. Now, it shows that it would take you 51 minutes, but you know how it could be on the road. It could get easier, or it could get thicker. And if we go through from the Freedom Way, that's Ikate bus stop. Now we have free flowing, but let me just go off for those who would like to take the alternative route. Now that will take you through the Ocean Breeze Lounge. The Landmark Towers is free, so you might want to consider that. The RCCG area has slight traffic. Connecting to 4 Points by Sheraton is free, but when you want to come back to the Express, there's slight traffic at that point because there's a traffic light there. But it's not free flowing, but it's moving slowly. But then when we get to the Civic Towers, we have free flowing traffic all the way till you get to that traffic light that is just at Ozumba and Badiwe. Then you have thick traffic, which of course is expected because now you're at the point where people coming from the mainland and the island are meeting. So there's thick traffic at that point. So from that point till Bonny Cantonment, you just have to exercise patience, but you will reach your destination in good time, I am sure. Let's head over to the kitchen and hear what updates Mike, Titi, and Yomi have for us.
Yeah. We are going now.
She's taking over for Mary.
I'm telling you where she's going. She just had to let me just calm down. Let me not show myself all at once. So like next time, I'm going to take it off. Okay, but there's something here. There's a report here. This is at T-Hall Hospital. It says, alert. This was about 45 minutes ago. It says, if you can avoid Military Hospital / Westwood Hotel, Ikoyi, inwards Falomo VI, please do. A trailer carrying gravel has fallen and is covering like 50% portion of the road at Gedi traffic. So I know it's I know that Military Hospital. Yeah. I know some people use that place to turn back.
Exactly, and face VI. So just avoid that area.
That area can be, in fact, it's a connecting point for a lot of things. I know from there you can Obalende this way.
Kefi to Obalende,
to EVI, you know, so, but just try and avoid that area.
That's quite, if you can.
It's also quite a very slim road,
yes,
so
it's
yeah.
So just be careful along that axis, and all the major along Echo Bridge as well. It's quite busy this morning because of the trailers waiting to load petrol. So yeah, that also is an area you need to be very careful at. And you know, all traffic stops this period. Just be careful, be vigilant.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday the last smart controller for Lagos was on Your View, and he said something which I found quite remarkable. He said, do not park 30 meters within a 30-meter radius of any junction. If you do, I will tow your car and you will pay heavily to get it back.
Wow.
Those are his words.
Okay.
30 meters radius within any junction.
Tokwe, it's all yours, dear.
That's
when you called my name, I was even afraid. There's only traffic I'm doing. No, I did not park my car. Please. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly give directions for people going from Ikeja to CMS. Now, there are like 3 routes that you could take, but the best route, which will take you 55 minutes, is from Allen Avenue. Now, from Allen Avenue, you have to maintain through Antony, through Maryland. Then now, when you come down on the Ikorodu Road, try to make sure you take the turn at Town Planning, which connects you back to 3rd Mainland Bridge. And if you're coming from Surulere, now there's a bit of a thick traffic at there, which will take you like an hour, 20 minutes. So you might want to exercise patience at that point. But everything else, I'm sure you'd have a great day. And remember to share your updates for other road users using the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. I'll be joining the rest of my people in the kitchen. Let's hear what's happening on the Coffee Gist.
Oh, wow. Quite a lot online trending, though.
Yeah, quite a bit. I just wanted to find out what you guys were, what if any programs you're planning to attend this Christmas break. Well, I call it programs.
Programs.
Like concerts and stuff.
So I'm avoiding the concert thing. I'm going for the more artsy things. So there's an art exhibit that's happening at Eco Atlantic. I'm going to be there. There's also something more artsy happening at the place they call the Warehouse. They change the place into like a gallery every other month or so. So I'm doing the very chilled things where you just stand and they bring you your glass of drink. I'm not going to mention the name of the drink. You know those very chilled, the one that you don't have to queue, the one that you don't need a tag or pass.
Yeah.
You don't have to call your friend to see if they can get you in. No, I'm not doing any of those. I'm having a chilled Christmas. But the concert circuit seems to be a big thing. There's like 20 of them in
They're
a
like
row.
back to back now. I mean, they don't even.
There was one last night.
It comes in the middle of it. Okay, there was one last night.
Zlatan, right? Last night?
Zlatan, yeah.
Zlatan. So how did that go? Did anybody go?
On a Wednesday.
I go for that and come to work this morning.
Well, you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked. What people do now is they just go straight to work from the
That's
club.
some fan love.
Yes, now the fans are actually really that strong. And it's actually alarming sometimes, the things you see online, the fandom.
Haven't you ever thought of someone loving you that much?
No.
I watched...
Like a fan.
A fan, of course, that's what I mean. Like, I watched a clip from yesterday's concert, last night's concert, of when Naira Marley was on stage, and his fan, the moment he just got to the tip of the stage, they didn't pull him to follow. It was just the love, and I'm wondering...
So this guy looks like one of the big phenomenons in Nigeria this year. And maybe Mike will be able to tell why does Naira Marley... So why does Naira Marley trend? Like, he's trended like probably 50 times this year.
I don't get it.
He just...
Why do you think he trends? Why do Mike?
I don't know.
I know that Mike is a Malian.
It's just the same thing. You know, you see, look, people would love people that they can relate to. Same thing why... there's something I said inside. Well, if there's a particular guest that came in, and this particular guest is very big, one of the biggest celebrities Nigeria has, and people didn't seem to care so much.
Yeah.
But we remember the other day, Tenny was here, and everybody was around her. You see, there's something about people that you can relate with. People that you can see yourself in, people that so the street cred. And that's what Naira Marley has, street credibility. Or that's what he pushes out there.
Yeah, because
and
even,
that's how far street credibility.
Like you said, so even the biggest stars, you know, they tweet out something, 100 retweets, 200 retweets, Naira Marley. In the middle of the night, the thing doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It just says, I feel like sleeping, 2,000 retweets. Like, I don't, so it's always phenomenal. He tweeted something the other day. It was a Sunday morning. We were supposed to be in church. 7,000 retweets.
And then when they go live on Instagram, you see people watching. I'm like, wait, aren't you sleeping?
It's crazy.
At 4 a.m.
We'll bring him in one day and ask him.
Yeah,
it goes live.
I think we should.
Malians, just look forward to the day. Or you'll bring Malian.
And you dare not say anything against him. You dare not.
Yeah.
They could go as far as report you, like report your own page for talking about
for them to block.
and so I feel like it's seasonal. For most art, there is a season, and there always has to be someone reigning. The same way a Britney Spears reigned and then went out, and the same way an Ariana Grande reigned. But then I think it's also the age group. There's obviously a certain age range that follow him, a certain gender also that follow him.
I don't think
there'll be a higher percentage.
Just see, go to one MCEO's meeting. They'll just be serious, be talking about dividends and year-ending, profit sharing and all of that. And then they come out for chill time and they are drinking their tea. You just hear, inside life. That boy, that stupid boy, he can sing, child. That stupid boy. So they will insult him and say, that boy, that boy can sing, child.
Okay, but the challenge is, yes, the songs are catchy, sounds, the beats, everything, they're catchy. But the messages, that's what I have an issue with. Some of the messages in those songs, we have to be really careful.
A lot of them also try and draw messaging from what's happening around it. Like,
exactly.
For instance, I was listening to Burna Boy's album, and I thought it was really good. Some of the songs in there have strong, deep messages. Then Faladele of East Clash, she gave me a Fireboys album on Monday. So I was like, I'm going to listen, and it was well produced. I wasn't expecting that it would be like that. There were some songs that I thought that, wow, this guy is going
His album
places.
actually has messages.
So the things that they actually do, see, the messages are out there. It's us. You see, demand dictates supply.
Yes.
That's what you have to understand. These guys have very deep songs.
Yeah.
But you find out that the ones that they just play around. Okay, Burna Boy is talking about how Ye came about. Said he was in the club, and a friend came and said, Mo, there's this beat too. And he said he was stoned. Like he was out, and he insulted him, Benny, leave me alone. He said, just come upstairs, come to the studio. And he was stoned, went up there and heard the song, yeah. 10 minutes later, the song was out.
Wow.
And then he spent the remaining hour just listening to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand?
One of his
but then he has
biggest
some
hits.
very deep songs, but hey,
Those ones
we're
are
all
not the
feeling
hits.
ye.
You're feeling ye.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. That's just how it is.
Anyway, so whatever happens, you never know what people are going to like.
Yes.
And
put it out.
what's
keep putting
suddenly
it
going
out
to spread. I mean, they said the other day we're talking about what's that song, the Ugandan song?
Pate after pate.
It came from a church,
Wow.
It was a
you're
preacher saying,
Pate.
I'm telling you, very funny.
Pate.
Very funny. All right, we'll take a short break. We'll be back with birthday shout-outs.
Femzinab. Hi. All right, good morning, Femzinab. All right, so I heard from a little birdie that you're into Afropop.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so has it been a while since you've been doing this, or is this really fresh for you? How long have you been?
Let me say, practically like 10 years now.
10 years? You don't look like you've been singing for 10 years. See how young and fresh he looks. All right then, so Femzi, the name of the song you're performing today is?
It's gonna be Upgrade.
Upgrade. Yeah. Upgrade. All right, let me find my way as he upgrades, yeah?
No matter to hinder, waiting we go be. In the winter, I go be your heat. I go be your sprinter, you go be my speed. Something just happened, baby. Something just happened, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Hey! You were feeling it there. You were feeling it. Use your mic, bro. Use the mic.
Thank you.
All right, so you need to tell me the backstory around this song. Tell me.
Yeah. Upgrade is a motivational song.
Okay.
As an artist, as everyone out there trying to put out something big like a dream, and having someone they really care about, but is looking down on them. I'll be like, oh, baby, don't look down on me. In a second, I can boost, I can boom, I can upgrade. Anything is possible, So you just keep on, like it's like a motivational song to everyone.
All right. So I feel like the story actually happened. So what's her name? Oh, yeah, tell us.
I'm not going to disclose anybody's name.
But something happened, right? Did it actually happen?
Yeah, it's actually happened. Like a true life story. And I feel like, let me use this as a source of inspiration and put this out so people can actually relate and feel like, yes, there's someone somewhere having the same feeling that can actually help them put that kind of feeling out.
All right.
That's
But at least you didn't let it bring you down. You let it motivate you.
Yeah.
Put out a song.
That's the point.
Honestly, I'm loving it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming to perform for us.
Thanks to TVC for holding me, for hosting me. I really appreciate you, family. I'm grateful.
All right then. So we're wrapping up with the first hour of the show now, but there's still so much more. It's Thursday on Wake Up Nigeria. Tis the season to be jolly. Tra la 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 la.
Oh boy.
La. We're counting down, people. We're counting down to Christmas.
Countdown continues.
What?
6 days to go.
Yeah?
Yesterday was 1 week. Now it's 6 days to go for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
And about this time is when, well, back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, this is when you begin to arrange, make sure that everything is the shoes, the socks,
everything.
Everything. So I don't know whether parents still do that nowadays, because I know that things have changed.
I did that last week. Oh.
I know that things have changed, but you know, it's always nice when you wake up in the morning and then you put on all your Christmas clothes and everything's fresh. And
So it wasn't that sweet for me, you know why? Because the outfits I was bringing out for the kids cost more than my own. Oh my God. Anyhow, it's the second hour of Wake Up Nigeria, and clearly we have loads in store for you. Thank you so much for joining us. My name, once again, is Titilayo Oyinson.
And I'm Yomi Oper, streaming live right now at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Those comments, those Christmas wishes, those birthday wishes, send them in. Social media platforms are waiting for you to use our hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC.
Yeah, we also have an app available for you for download, both on the Android and iOS stores. Now, this app allows you to watch us from anywhere in the world.
Very important that you take charge of your mobile devices and make sure that app is there. Something else you need to take charge of, we need to take charge of, that's our kitchen.
Yeah, Tupper is there right now.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Ah,
So-
look at that. Look at those colors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing potatoes. I'm seeing eggs. Is that rice?
Yes, that's rice.
Yeah.
And with
I'm
me
seeing
in
something
the
that
kitchen
came out of the
today
ocean as well.
is, yes, something
Props.
yummy. This is not you, yummy. This is yummy and juicy. We have Chef Julius in the kitchen this morning. Good to have you
Jay,
here.
nice one, nice one, nice
Good
one.
morning.
Yes, sir.
Are those mushrooms? Okay, we'll talk about
No,
that.
We'll talk about it.
So Chef Julius is going to be doing us well. And whenever he's around, we know that something tasty and very artistic is going to come out of that kitchen. Now, we're going to be having a creative drama, and we'll be joined by the Live Theatre Lagos group, and they'll be doing some monologues. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And for our second musical performance this morning, we're going to be joined by Ogumiloro Ayodele and the Beauty of Africa Live Band.
So you think you can act? The answer is probably a yes or a no, of course. Joining us to talk about this amazing book is the author Yemi Oludele Dare, and we'll be having a book chat with her.
So you think you can act. And for a beautiful and soulful rendition of Christmas carols, we have a couple of cute kids joining us, angelic voices of the King is Coming Children's Choir.
I was in darkness, alone and afraid.
And finally, joining us is actress, chef, motivator, humanitarian, anti-gender-based violence ambassador, and seasoned comedian, Princess Damilola Adekoya.
Toko was saying that there's a new dance.
A new
in town.
dance, so yes.
Really? What's the new dance?
Well, I've not gotten it. So it's a Naira Marley dance, yeah, but it's like an exercise, to be honest.
Oh my
So I haven't even learned the
That one.
the axe cutting one.
Yummy, that's you, really.
No, that it's not hard. Just sit down on your seat, just doing like this.
That's all.
No,
That's all.
No, I'm talking about this one.
Yes,
No, I said I haven't learned this one.
It's actually more of a scissors
more
than
like
an
this.
axe.
Okay,
Yummy.
okay,
It's
like
more
a
of a
scissors.
scissors.
Oh, joy.
I don't know. It's not working for
And
any
then,
of
and
either
then
of
you
us.
do the.
Why is your shoe just mine up?
Oh, okay.
I think that's the great body.
That's the great body, but you know you can just.
Okay, so you
smile.
start like this and then.
Yeah, it's not even
the
really a
karate
kick.
kick.
It's not a kick.
not a
Do they do that in clubs? Like they'll just.
Yes, now when the song starts, you know,
This
you just start
conversation
finding
is
your own
getting very
space.
odd.
And then you start throwing your feet up in the air.
Yeah, they make it
So what if
even
you- what if you
pastors
kick
use
somebody?
to kick out the devil.
Wow.
Say, I'm saying, you know, let me say
No,
today's
pastor.
blessed night. Blessed the devil out of your.
Blessed
I'm
2020.
like, this is not a joke.
Oh my
This is not a joke.
Are you serious?
This is not a joke.
You must
Blessed
show me
night.
this video.
Yes, now.
You
This
must
is
show
not
me
a
this
joke. Like,
video.
I'm not joking.
Why is Mike acting serious?
Someone I think is Mike. Now Mike is not serious.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Blessed night.
December 31st, best night, man.
Okay.
Best into 2020. But we have to take the news now.
Let's best over to Ibrahim.
All right, I'll be in with the news as Donald Trump has become the third U.S. president in history to be impeached by the House of Representatives, setting up a trial in the Senate that will decide whether he remains in office. The House voted on 2 charges that the president abused his power and that he had obstructed Congress. Both votes fell along party lines, with nearly all Democrats voting for the charges and all Republicans against. And voting took place, President Donald Trump was addressing a campaign rally in Battle Creek, Michigan. He said, and I quote, "While we are creating jobs and fighting for Michigan, the radical left in Congress is consumed with envy and hatred and rage." The White House has released a statement saying that the president was confident that he will be fully exonerated in a Senate trial. Back in Nigeria, the police have promised to track down all those responsible for the fracas that took place on Tuesday in the Surulere Aguda area of Lagos. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano attended a meeting between the Assistant Inspector General of Police and in charge of Zone 2 and community leadership leaders in Lagos. The police and Nigerians must see themselves as having equal stake in the security numbers of newly posted police officers serving in various areas were distributed to attendees. Normalcy has returned to Akure, capital of Ondo State, after the Shotitobire Miracle Center, situated in Oshile in Akure, was burnt down by irate youths. The youths invaded the church following unconfirmed reports that the remains of one-year-old boy, Gold Kolawale, who went missing in the church over a month ago, had been exhumed from the church's altar. 3 persons, including a policeman, were killed in the incident that trailed the action. In the meantime, the State Police Command has sued for peace, saying the command is on top of the situation. There was another report that a young man was killed by a bullet fired by the police deployed to calm the situation. Then a police officer was also killed after being attacked by the mob. To judicial matters now, the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to arrest a Briton, Adam Quinn, over his alleged involvement in the PNID case. This comes after a suit between the federal government and Goido Resources Limited, ICIL, and James Nolan. The FCC had sued for Nolan and Mr. Quinn, alleging that both men sued the 2 firms, Goido and ICIL, for money laundering. Mr. Nolan is also said to be a signatory to PNID accounts. The court adjourned to the 20th and 21st of January 2020 for the continuation of trial. We bring you an update on the controversy surrounding the detention of the Revolution Now convener, Moyele Shore. Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami says he was not summoned by the Federal High Court, Abuja, in respect to the matter. This disclosure was issued in a statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations to the Minister, Umar Gwandu. The statement recalled that the issues surrounding the subject matter is on the application filed by Shore's lawyer on 15th of November 2019. The case file was to be remitted to the Chief Judge for assignments to the Vacation Judge for hearing, as the next adjourned date of hearing falls within the vacation period. There were no evidence to show that the DGDSS and the Minister of Justice have been summoned by the court. And as in his update at this hour, stay tuned for
Welcome to the kitchen, people. And with me, I have Chef Julius. So I told Chef Julius that, oh, I'm also a chef, Chef Talkback. I used to hear his shade he gave me. He said, please, everybody can cook, but not everybody is a chef. Hey, you enter. Okay, so Chef Julius, what are you making for us this morning?
I'm making vegetable snow rice with prawns and curry sauce.
Vegetable snow rice. This is interesting. I told you now, this snow, I must touch it. I must feel this snow. Okay, so this is interesting. This is actually the first time I'm hearing of snow rice. So what are we using to make the snow rice this morning? We have our rice, yes. We have our seasonings here.
Yeah, we have vegetables.
The vegetables. Okay, the green peppers. What is
butter,
this?
Whipping cream.
Whipping cream, okay. And this is butter.
Cooking butter.
Cooking butter and... This is very interesting. What is this for the benefit of our viewers at home? We have carrots.
We have carrots, we have pumpkin, and we have marrow.
Pumpkin and marrow. Okay, and then this, this juicy, big prawns. Oh, I'm so happy there are lots of people that will not eat this food today. Okay, so now on fire we have, what do we have on fire?
Rice.
Oh, okay, so we're parboiling the rice already, and we have eggs as well. So if you want to try this at home, you might want to start jotting down the recipes. We have rice already parboiling, and we have eggs. So now, what are we doing next?
Making the curry sauce.
Making the curry sauce.
First stir frying the prawns.
Okay, now for the benefit of our viewers at home, I would love you to take down the menu just in case you want to try out this vegetable snow rice this Christmas. So we have our rice, we have our seasoning, we have spices, seasoning cube, we have garlic, we have curry, prawns, white rice seasoning, whipping cream, carrots, green and red bell peppers, and we have the juicy prawns. Now this will cost you approximately how much to make?
3,500.
You know, I like the chefs on this show. They give you on a budget meals that actually come out looking very interesting. So if you want to try out the snow rice, the snow vegetable rice this Christmas, 3,500 is all you need. And see, these juicy prawns can be an alternative for chicken. But if with the curry sauce, what can we have for an alternative to rice?
Alternative to rice?
Like if we have snow rice, can we have snow pasta?
Sure.
Oh, there's snow pasta. Oh, you can try out the snow pasta as well. Okay. Okay. So we're going to wait for that for approximately how many more minutes?
For like 5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. Okay. And then we're going to start making the curry sauce. Okay. So what are we going to use first? Today I must be very hands-on.
Cutting of the vegetable.
We're going to do our cuttings next. Okay. So we're going to go on a quick break while we start all the choppings of all these colorful vegetables, but we will be right back.
Now, if you're a regular viewer of Wake Up Nigeria, you know we love the arts, especially when it comes to stage. And when it comes to spectacles, the Live Theatre Lagos has an abundance of that. Now, it started as a Renaissance project aimed at bringing the art and craft of stage plays back to life, providing empowerment for a new generation of theatre artists, among other things. Now, we have here Shola and 2 of the cast members of Po, a play that's coming up this weekend, I believe.
Yes, this weekend. This weekend, on Sunday,
okay,
at Radisson Blue.
All right, beautiful. So I need to hear from you as quickly as possible. How many years ago did you start Live Theatre Lagos?
We started more or less like 12 years ago, but we started the free project 7 years ago.
Free? Yes. So these stage performances or the events are free?
Yes, they are free.
So is it just Live Theatre Lagos involved in this?
Also, this particular production is a collaboration of Theatre of Africa and Live Theatre Lagos.
Okay. Po, why the name Po? Because if you understand Yoruba well, you know that it means basically chamber pot.
Yes,
right?
chamber pot. So we, without being metaphorical, we live in a Po. You know, our nation is, unfortunately, we live in Ekpo. So the play talks about what is going on in Nigeria. And this particular production draws attention to some of the events, some of the things, some of the big things that happened this year.
So a chamber pot is smelly. It has a lot of dirt in it. It's not easy to clean at all. And a lot of people go there to dump what they don't want, right?
Yeah.
You're using that as a metaphor for Nigeria.
For Nigeria.
Uh-oh.
I think unfortunately, that's where we find ourselves.
We have to step off stage and let these guys do their thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey! Where's my Pope?
Oh, well, brother was right. He said insanity was in your very blood.
Hey, your plan is to inherit my pole.
He even says he runs in your family.
You are failed.
Hey, didn't you say you spent your 10th year celebration at the asylum?
Forget it. You are failed.
And your father, did he die choking on his own stool?
Lies. You're a liar. My father died honorably of dehydration and exhaustion while standing in a hot noonday sun awaiting his pension at the government secretariat.
And your mother?
She was killed by government.
Hey, quiet! How dare you claim your parents to be martyrs?
My mother died during following a power failure, during a critical heart operation at the teaching hospital.
Is that one death? Is that the kind of death that you should be proud of? Look, let me tell you, 2 of my brothers were killed by a stray bullet by an angry policeman who has just been refused a bribe.
Shitty death. Stupid death. My wife was run over by a dispatch rider of a federal minister at the capital. At the capital, for that matter. She died to the sound of a wailing siren. Wow!
Wow! Well, now if I keep quiet, is that the kind of death that should make the headlines? Look, 3 of my neighbors died in the Abuja bomb blast. 6 of them died during the Hausa and Yoruba mayhem in Ketu Alapere. 4 of my neighbors in Bayelsa, they died because they were fighting militants. If you now go to the paper,
Mule! Indefatigable liar. My brother, but just yesterday, you said 1 in Ketu Alapere, 2 in militant, 3, and now
these ones were reports from FRCN. This one is from BBC. As a matter of fact, I'm also waiting reports from CNN.
All hail the patriotic citizen out there who depends on foreign media for news happening directly under his nose.
So how is that any fault of mine? Why don't you say something about the foreign media being the first to report our local events?
But what of accuracy, man? Are they always accurate?
Which one do you want me to answer first? Accuracy or always?
Oh, God. Isn't it the same thing?
Then you are painfully alien to foreign media. Nonsense.
Oh. Where is my chamber pot?
Leave me alone. Which was the way? I didn't take the chamber pot. Why don't you go and ask your friend, Mr. Rain, who left your house with a running stomach?
Is it not because you poison him? You poison him with your poisonous vegetable, and then you expect because he's a fine guy.
I'm not with your po, and that's the end of it. The chamber pot is not with me.
Nonsense.
Thank you.
I think you guys deserve to take a bow. That was interesting.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
And now we're going to be handing it.
All right, we're out here in the garden, and I'm right here with the Africalectric Jazz Band. I've got Ayo, I've got Nee, and I've got Michael on the drums there. You guys are a special group, guys, you know what I'm saying? Because you have international influences and African influences as well. Angelique Kidjo, you guys have been playing for a while together. I like your sound. You have like a really, really special, smooth jazz sound. And you just talk to us about your group and what you do.
Yeah, this is an Africalectric jazz band, you know, that is being formed late last year. So we do Africalectric jazz. You know, it's like a fusion of Western music with our traditional music.
I love it because
you can see a bongo here, like the rhythm. We still have more than this percussion, but just for the sake of
very nice. I like your flow. I mean, when
so
you were strumming that. Okay, so what's this? This is a guitar,
this
like a regular guitar.
Yeah.
And this is what? This is the bass guitar. And you know, the fusion of that just takes you back to like the 60s type of jazz with even early fella, you know, from the 60s as well, some Joel Contrain as well. Really, really good stuff that I'm hearing. So what are you going to be doing for us today?
Yeah, we're going to be doing Beauty of Africa.
Beauty of Africa.
Yeah, Beauty of Africa.
Beauty of Africa. So what's that about? That's like, you know, giving
like
African flavors and all of that.
African flavor, you know, showcasing the world that Africa has got beauty in their culture, in their tradition, and everything. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. We're bringing you the best kind of music, and this is Africalectric Jazz Band. You're gonna love them with their performance this morning. Let's do it.
Okay, now 1, 2, 3, go.
It is the beauty of Africa, Africa. This is the beauty of Africa, Africa. This is the beauty of Africa, Africa. Ooh, this my homeland, my beautiful treasured land. The land of beautiful music and joyful song. Come on. The air of peace blowing with the morning sun. The shining moon never ceases to make my night. What a wonderful place that I'm living in. Join me and celebrate beauty of Africa, Africa. is my land, the land of peace and love. In all my life, you will forever be my home. Come on. The palace of sweet sounds and rhythmic feel. That's how the joy goes from morning to night. There's no way you can't but feel alive. Join me and celebrate beauty of Africa. Africa. This is the beauty of Africa. Africa. This is the beauty of Africa. Africa. Ooh, yeah.
Welcome. Now, it's very artsy on Wake Up Nigeria on Thursdays. We have book chat up next. Now, today we're joined by the author of the book, So You Think You Can Act, Yemi Oludele Dare. Now, she's a model, actor, entrepreneur, and she has a collage of experiences put into this particular book. Now, I have to say a big welcome to you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'm always so happy to meet someone who's been able to put together a book, especially a book about experiences. And now this topic, acting, Nollywood, the movie industry, am I right?
Yes.
All right, so why exactly did you put this together and who are the target audience?
Okay, so in my not so long journey in acting, I discovered that there are things people need to know. They just, have an oversight and they think, oh, their assumption is true about acting. So in my little journey, I discovered that people need to know something. So I thought one day, how about putting these things together, small, not too much for people to, go through, and then they can have a better understanding. So this book is actually targeted towards upcoming, fast rising rookies, actors. And I think also that people who can affiliate with the industry, not necessarily actors, people who have skills, that are used in the acting industry.
Okay, so it's interesting you should mention that, because if you flip to chapter 5 here, it says other businesses. It says story and script writing, set design, production managers, lecturing, producing, editing, animation, light experts, camera, sound engineers. All these people are all involved in the industry.
Yes.
And of course, the list does go on. And some people are focused on the acting part.
Exactly.
And being in the limelight. But it feels like you're trying to say that the acting part might not be where the money is for you. It might be in some other aspect. Am I right?
Yes, yes, very true. Because someone who writes, for instance, is good enough for him or her to stay writing brilliant script, you know, and then somehow you get to meet actors, you get to do businesses, you get to partner with actors, you know, and with Nollywood in general.
So in other words, some are going for castings, getting all dolled up to be in front of the camera, but it's possible that their niche could be behind the camera.
Yes, very true.
All right.
So you have directors, they are behind the camera most of the times. You have makeup artists, they are behind the cameras most of the time. You have drivers, you have caterers, you have prop set, you have prop designers, you have, you know, we can go on and on. We have all of these people, they work behind the camera and they do great things. Actually, they make acting, you know, visible to us to view. So there are several other things you can do in the acting industry. Aside from being an actor, you can be an actor and something else. But most of the time, people want to be, I want to act, I want to act, I want to act, not knowing that they could do several other things aside from acting, being in front of the camera.
All right then. So I think it could be the glam of it all, but there's something that is very not glamorous about going into film and movies and acting. And that is the audition process. And the fear of auditions is the beginning of wisdom. Because you get there, because I've done quite, I was an audition queen back in the day. The issue is practice. That's the name of your chapter 8. The fear of auditions is the beginning of practice.
Yeah.
So what did you mean by that?
Okay, so you think you can act? Yes, you can. How about you practicing before you get into limelight?
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that all of these actors we see, all of the celebrities we see today, there's a lot of hard work going on behind the scene. They do a lot of practices, they do a lot of training, they do a lot of stuff to make sure that they are marketable, they make sure that they are castable, you know, and you don't just want to assume that, oh, I can talk, I can sing, I can, and then somebody's just going to say, oh, I'm ready to put you on my film or my movie or my production. So you have to practice so that sometimes you could get a spontaneous audition. Like you meet someone now, a producer, and she says, oh, I've been trying to get someone that looks like a fit. Can you do this? And let's see what you've got. And on the spot, just because you've been practicing, there's something you can, you know,
bring to the floor.
Yes, on the go.
All right.
You know, and then sometimes you have the opportunity to get an open call for audition. Sometimes it's a closed door audition. So all of these things, you are not trying to prepare at the time of audition. You've prepared, you know, before.
I have to say thank you once again, Yemi Oludele.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so
The
much.
book title, once again, is So You Think You Can Act. Ha! Can you really act, though? And if you can, now this book is a guide to find out what you're all about. Now I have to hand it over to the kitchen. Something smells good in there. What's going on?
It always smells good in this kitchen. And, you know, at the rate at which I'm going, I will soon be a certified chef. I'm very sure. You see, we have been helping Chef Julius here. You almost think I'm the one that made this food. Okay, so now we've parboiled the rice and the eggs. And now we're moving on to boiling our
Irish potato and our vegetables.
Okay, so if you look here, we have our Irish potatoes, our vegetables in the pot. Now, while we were away, I and Chef Julius were talking about other alternatives that you can use as vegetables. There was what was that vegetable you called that?
Marrow.
Marrow. Now, if marrow is not available in an area that you live, you can substitute that. Mushrooms. So you can have mushrooms. You can have carrot, pumpkin, exactly. So you can have carrots, pumpkin, mushrooms, or you can have marrow if you go to the supermarkets to get it. So now we're parboiling this for how many minutes?
For 10 minutes.
10 minutes. So after that, Are we going to add or we're going to
We're
rinse?
going to sieve.
We're going to sieve
Sieve
that.
it out.
Okay, so now this is we're going to be done with all the boilings.
Yes, and after this, we'll start with the curry sauce.
The curry sauce. So the curry sauce is the prawn
Yes.
curry sauce. Now, while we were away, I saw you put the butter in the rice. So what does that do?
So it will make the rice not looking so dry.
Oh, okay. So it gives the rice like an extra color.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Flavor.
Flavor. Does it thicken the rice in any way, or just the flavor?
Yeah, the flavor.
Okay, so like if you want to give your rice extra flavor, you could put butter. What
Yes.
else can you put?
Cooking butter
Or just cooking butter.
Yes.
So when do we get to put the cream?
on the
When
sauce.
Oh, on this.
Yes,
I thought it was
it goes
but
well
do
with the
they put whipped cream in rice?
No.
No. Okay, but you could put coconut milk
Yes.
in rice. Okay, so this is just the rice. We're only putting the butter.
Yes, and this
So how
vegetable.
does it now become snow now? Oh, it's the snow that I'm interested in. I want the snow. You must give me snow today. Oh. Okay, so we're going to keep this for how many more minutes?
5 minutes.
What?
Like 5 minutes.
Oh, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have red bell peppers, green bell peppers,
Yellow and
carrots. So what else for someone at home who has a bit more than 3,500 and wants to make it more colorful? Can they put spring onions?
Sure.
Or you can put spring onions. Oh, okay. Green peas, green beans,
peas,
sweet
sweet
corn.
corns.
Oh, okay. So it could
And all
even
of
be
that.
more of that. So this will all be in the rice. So it's
Yes.
going to be like a colorful, a vegetable. Oh yes, it's a vegetable
Vegetable
snow
snow
rice.
rice.
Oh, this is going to be colorful. Okay, and then you said we can have that with pasta as well. Oh, okay. This is interesting. Like, I know that by the time we're done, this is going to be very colorful. So now, while we're doing all this, we're going to go over to the garden as Mike has something interesting happening, and we'll be right back much later.
Okay. So, what actually happens is that I'm very, very honored to be here to present this wonderful choir singing here. Beautiful, lovely children from the King is Coming Children's Choir, right? Yes. How are you doing? You guys look so beautiful. You need to give my own jacket. So I'm going to leave here with my own jacket, right? Now they're going to be singing Christmas carols for us. I'll probably come to talk to them later, but I can't wait to hear how lovely they will sound. Are you guys ready? Yes. Okay, let's take it away.
And you will find that there is a purpose. It's been there within you all along.
Just keep listening, and pretty soon you start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies in each one of us. Oh, it's glorious.
And you know how to let it ring out as you discover who you are. And it's so amazing, what we're all created.
It's like a symphony. Just keep listening, and pretty soon you start to figure out your part. Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies in each one of us. Oh,
Believe it or not, it's the third segment of the show. So,
2 hours gone down.
Yeah.
45 minutes left to go.
So if you allow us, let's give you one fun fact about Christmas. Now, the song Jingle Bells, believe it or not, was originally written for Thanksgiving and not Christmas.
Right. Okay.
Imagine that.
So it was written for November and not December.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay. But Christmas people stole it because, you know, Christmas is such a big activity, you know. But it's also Thanksgiving time, I think, as well. Anyway.
What's your Christmas tradition?
What's your Christmas tradition? Some people have, you know, a tradition where they wake up and you must eat around the table. So it's just different kinds of traditions.
What is that one thing you must do
on Christmas Day?
I'm thinking about that. I think it's changed for us over the years, especially for media people. I'm always on air. So I've not really been able to build some traditions.
There are some people that you must attend Christmas service or Christmas Mass. If you're Catholic, you attend the Mass. If you're a Protestant, you attend your other service and all of that. So it's a tradition. So
I can't believe it. 10 years in a row now I've been on air at Christmas.
Wow.
Interesting stuff.
Amazing, amazing.
Welcome to the third hour of the show. We still have 45 minutes left and still a lot to come.
Let's get started. My name is Yomi Ope.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. You can watch us live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Send in your comments using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Yes, the TVC app is alive and glowing and kicking there for you to download on Android and iOS stores. Now, the app lets you watch us throughout this season from anywhere in the world, even if you need to travel. Because it's Christmas.
Yes, indeed. You can watch us just about anywhere. That's true. That's very true.
So we have a beautiful, soulful rendition of Christmas carols still coming your way. We had some angelic voices earlier on.
And they're going to be
so cute.
Yeah, that was just so amazing.
Oh, look at them.
So they're going to be back with another performance, hopefully later on the show.
The King is Coming Children's Choir.
And finally, joining us is actress, chef, motivator, humanitarian, anti-gender-based violence ambassador, and seasoned comedian, Damilola Adekoya.
Somebody I wanted to mention, I don't know why it didn't make so much news, but Saturday, on this past weekend, Kamaru Usman, Nigerian UFC fighter, regained is the welterweight champion.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
I saw that. I saw photographs.
Which happened was very interesting. So it goes up
it was
against
such a bloody
this guy.
match. Like,
Very bloody. You know how MMA is now. It's not play. The basketballs that so it's MMA, real life. So Colby Covington is actually a Trump supporter. He has the MAGA hat and everything.
Oh
right?
wow, okay.
And then he goes racist on Usman. Takes him out, as in goes full racist, and then goes like, when I'm done with you, I'll take the belt to Trump. And Trump's like, oh, nice one. Really insults this dude, man. Like very, very racist words. Says, what did your ancestors, what did they contribute to America apart from being in the penitentiary?
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Like, man, by the time Usman handled the guy,
with the anger,
dislocated his jaw. By the time they're done with this guy.
Wow.
As he beat him.
I saw pictures. So because I was so busy on Saturday, I didn't really follow the match or anything. But eventually at night, I just saw bloody pictures of the guy's face was bloody.
So the guy
like
goes
Usman really beat him up.
You know, so it's all maybe tomorrow I'll probably get some. We might not be able to show those kind of images.
No, we
might not
can't
be able to
show.
them.
But you know, Usman is also called the Nigerian Nightmare.
Nightmare, man.
Yeah, okay, so that was trending. So the Nigerian Nightmare was
dislocate that jaw. He will talk
it was
your mouth,
pretty
will
bad.
talking, giving racist thoughts. Nonsense.
So the mouth he was using to
They'll be
talk.
afraid of him from now. But I think we should hand it over to Ibrahim for the news.
All right, welcome to the news again. Donald Trump has become the third U.S. president in history to be impeached by the House of Representatives, setting up a trial in the Senate that will decide whether he remains in office. The House voted on 2 charges that the president abused his power and that he had obstructed Congress. Both votes fell along party lines, with nearly all Democrats voting for the charges and all Republicans against. As voting took place, President Trump was addressing a campaign rally in Battle Creek, Michigan. It said, quote, "While we are creating jobs and fighting for Michigan, the radical left in Congress is consumed with envy and hatred and rage." The White House has released a statement saying that the president was confident that he will be fully exonerated in a Senate trial. And the police have promised to track down all those responsible for the fracas that took place on Tuesday in the Surulere Aguda area of Lagos. Our senior correspondent Ivy Kano attended a meeting between the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2 and community leaders in Lagos. The police say Nigerians must see themselves as having equal stake in the security. Numbers of newly posted police officers serving in various areas were distributed to attendees. And normalcy has returned to Akure, capital of Ondo State, after the Shotitobire Miracle Center situated in Oshinle in Akure was burnt down by irate youths. The youths invaded the church following unconfirmed reports that the remains of one-year-old boy, Gold Kolawole, who went missing in the church over a month ago, had been exhumed from the church's altar. 3 persons, including a policeman, were killed in the incident that trailed the action. In the meantime, the State Police Command has sued for peace, saying the command is on top of the situation. There was another report that a young man who was killed by a bullet fired by the police deployed to calm the situation. Then a police officer was also killed after being attacked by the mob. To judicial matters now, the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted a request by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to arrest a Briton, Adam Quinn, over his alleged involvement in the PNID case. This comes after a suit between the federal government and Goidal Resources Limited, ICRL, and James Nolan. The EFCC had sued Mr. Lonan and Mr. Quinn, alleging that both men used the 2 firms, Goidal and ICRL, for money laundering. Mr. Nolan is also said to be a signatory to a PNID account. The court adjourned to the 20th and 21st of January 2020 for the continuation of trial. Now let's bring you an update on the controversy surrounding the detention of the Revolution Now convener, Omoyele Sowore. Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami says he was not summoned by the Federal High Court, Abuja, in respect to the matter. This disclosure was issued in a statement by the Special Assistant on Media and Public Relations to the Minister, Umar Gwandu. The statement recalled that the issue surrounding the subject matter is on the application filed by Mr. Showore's lawyer on 15th November 2019. There were no evidence to show that the DG, DSS, and the Minister of Justice have been summoned by the court. And that's the news today on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay tuned for weather update. Bye now.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I had plans for a dirty December, right? But my December is going to be very clean and it's going to be a very inspirational one. Now, Queen Moremi, the musical, is 90 minutes of dance, drama, and music. And it tells the story of the legendary Queen Moremi Ajasoro and how she sacrificed herself and her son to stop trafficking of people, especially women and children. I have Princess Ronke here, who is the producer of the play. Queen Moremi, it is great to have you.
Thank
you look
you.
regal and lovely this morning.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, we also have some tickets here. I'll talk about that later, but let's get straight into it. Queen Moremi, I know this is a project that is so dear to you. Let's talk about the inception. How did you decide to come up with this project, to produce something of this magnitude? Because Queen Moremi is a name that, we can identify with, some of the female, the legends in, African folklore.
Yes.
So why Queen Moremi?
Okay, so Queen Moremi is actually, she was an Ife queen. It's actually a project of the initiative of the House of Oduduwa, which belongs to His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife.
Okay.
And it's his way of championing the rights of the girl child and also encouraging leadership among women, because Queen Moremi was a leader, a true leader, who put the love of her people before herself.
Okay, so now you decided to go into this. Have you ever, is this the first time this is ever coming up with you and all of that, the stage play?
No, this is not the first time. This is the third one. We call it Moremi, the musical Reloaded. Because we're reloaded.
Exactly.
Because we're reloading it with a lot of more cultural songs and dances. So we had it last year, December.
Okay.
It was a sold-out show. We had it in Easter this year again. It was amazing.
Wonderful.
We're having it again.
And we're having it this time. So what should people expect when they come to see this show?
A phenomenal show. Dance, music, drama. Just
Now, earlier you mentioned about your expectations for you're expecting to influence the younger generation,
Yes.
so that these are things that they can look forward to, things that they should reach out for. So, are you expecting a particular kind of audience? What audience would you want to see there? What kind of people would you want to see there?
I know I remember last year we had like a great grandmother, a grandmother, the mother and a daughter come and watch more.
4 generations.
4 generations.
Wonderful.
So,
Wonderful.
but we want to use it to reach out, especially to the millennials. You know, for them to know about our history, to know about African queens, and also to showcase the power of an African woman.
That's quite true, because we have a lot of kids who are, let me say, they are more cognizant of people like the American superheroes, and then we have these are African superheroes and heroines that I think that there's a lot that should be done. So this is a very laudable venture, and I'm really looking forward to it. Let's talk about the date, the time, the venue, and all of that.
Okay, so it starts on the 24th of December up until the 2nd of January, excluding Christmas Day and Christmas Eve.
Every single day?
And every single day, two shows a day.
2 shows?
Yes, 3
This is
p.m. and 7
massive.
p.m.
This is massive. So that means that nobody should have an excuse not to at least see it at least once.
Yes.
And you said there's a special emphasis. You would also want the girl child to really want to see this one, right?
Yes, because we're using the story of Moremi to inspire them, you know, that they can become whoever or whatever they want to become. You know, there shouldn't be any boundaries. They should always take that bold step, which was what Moremi did, and she did this like over 1,500 years ago. Yeah.
So it's something that really inspires me. Moving forward after this, what would you want to see when you talk about the effects of what this show should have on the general populace? What are you looking forward to seeing?
Selflessness. You know, Moremi was selfless. She put the love of her people before herself. So we would want to see more of that, you know, within the younger generation.
You know, that's something that we really, you know, we are in some people call us a jungle. Everybody's looking out for themselves.
For themselves,
selflessness, that's something that we should
and that's what Kabiyesi, His Imperial Majesty, always talks about as well. He's really passionate about the youth. He's passionate about women, you know, female leadership. He thinks women should take up more leadership roles in both the private and the public sector.
Now let's talk to the women exactly. How, because a number of times women themselves, sometimes people say they are their biggest problems. You know, they say the women supporting women is a myth. You know, that it's not really there. What say you about that?
I don't think it's a myth. I think we should just encourage it more. We should get women to support women. We should have older women mentor young women, you know. Young women growing up need a lot of mentorship. So we need to try to, like, you know, bridge that gap between the older women and the younger women.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's something I'm really looking forward to. So we have 15 tickets here, by the way. We're giving out, they are giving out 15 tickets. I don't know, how do we give this out? It's definitely going to be on social media. You know what happens? Just go up on social media with the hashtag. Is there any social media handle?
Yes.
So
our website is qmainternational.com.
QMAinternational.com.
QMA means Queen Moremi Ajasho.
Okay.
Yes, QMA International. Our handles are QMA International as well. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well.
Okay, so now across social media, QMA International, you're going to tag at QMA International, and then you're going to tag at TVC Connect. Use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and then use the hashtag also Moremi the Musical, right? Let us know why you think it's a VIP ticket, man. Sorry, VVIP. It's not play. You should do. It's not play. Like, see, stage plays are something, it's going to be magnificent. It's not just a stage play, it's a musical. There's dance, there's music, there's drama. So, VVIP tickets, we're giving out 15. So let us know why you think you should be the one to win a ticket or two to go check out Queen Moremi, the musical Reloaded. It's Tuesday, the 24th of December. If you take this ticket and you keep it and you don't come for the play, it will be born something somewhere. I'm very serious about this one. I'm very serious. So you're promising us a night of, this is just for one night, but like you said, it will go on up until
the 2nd
of January. So people can avail themselves and they can turn out and be a part of this.
And I would also like to add that proceeds from Moremi the Musical, they go towards supporting victims of modern day slavery and trafficking.
Wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
That's another initiative of His Imperial Majesty.
Of the Imperial Majesty.
Yes.
Now that's wonderful. That's wonderful.
Thank
I really
you.
do like that. Thank you very much. Here's wishing you the best. I'll be there. If you get this ticket, you're going to see me. You're going to see Princess Ronke. Of course, she's going to be there. And I'll be coming to the event. I will probably take a picture or two. So if you want to, I'm going to look for a very wonderful agbada for that day. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
and
you
I'm
for
looking forward
having
for
me.
you having a wonderful run of play.
Thank you very
Turn up
much.
for it. Turn up. Queen Mara made the musical. All right. Okay. So I know, Tokwe, would you want to be here, Tokwe? Would you want to come for this?
I definitely would want to come. So I heard about it last year. It was really big, and I wasn't in the country. But this year, I'm around. I'm going to send whatever it is we need to do. Hashtag forget me presenter. I'm coming to watch.
Okay, so for this one, I need to point it out that terms and conditions apply
Wow.
for all employees of TVC, including Yomi and Titi.
Wow.
There's a restriction. You can't win this.
You can't win it either. You cannot win it either.
50K. Well,
No
go and get this.
problem. It's
All right.
good to know about history, so I definitely will be there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Take it away, Tokwe.
Okay, so welcome back to the kitchen. We've started our prawn curry. I was about to say chicken curry. So our prawn curry, and we already have. Let me allow you to do that. What do we have
We have
here?
boiled egg,
Okay.
the prawns, Irish potato, carrot, and our green,
And red,
yellow, and red
peppers.
bell pepper.
So
big
how
green.
we achieved this so far is here. Tell us how we achieved it. I'm not the chef.
Oh, we achieved this through the
Yeah.
oil first.
Yeah, so
the
we
garlic.
fried
We fried the garlic
Okay.
a bit, and we had our curry.
Curry.
Because we
yeah.
allow it to fry for a seconds. We had water,
Okay.
and then we had the carrot,
Okay.
the Irish
Irish
potato,
potato,
so
yeah.
that it will get soft.
Soft. Okay.
Yes.
And then we put the boiled egg, the prawns
inside.
And so we've let
And
this for
allowed to cook for
Yeah.
5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes. And now, since we've allowed that to cook, so here, if you want to try this at home, all you need to do is fry your oil and your garlic. You put the curry and allow that to fry for a bit. Put the water, allow that to cook for a bit.
Yes.
Okay, and then you put the boiled egg that we boiled in the beginning with the prawns, your Irish potatoes, your carrots, so that cooks and gets soft as well. So now, what are we putting in next?
We are adding the cream.
Okay, so now remember in the beginning we talked about the cream, so we're adding the cream in. So let me allow you to do that. Okay. So let's see how that goes in. Ooh. So if you want to achieve your own prawn curry sauce this Christmas, this is your fastest way to learn. I hope you're taking down the recipes. If you haven't taken it down, you can always use the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria to ask whatever questions that you need to know, or you could just go back to our YouTube channel with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria and see the whole process.
After the cream, we'll add the red, green, and yellow bell pepper.
Okay, so now we're adding the green, red, yellow peppers. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue with this, but we're also going to go back to the garden as there's another amazing performance for us. We'll be right back.
I am not perfect. Lord knows I try. But somehow He keeps me. Lord, why do you keep me? I don't know why. I am not worthy.
Welcome back. Actress, chef, motivator, humanitarian, anti-gender-based violence ambassador, and seasoned, in fact, specially seasoned comedian.
Yes, indeed. I like that. I like that motivator because I don't know how a comedian tries to motivate you without making you laugh. So how do you? So when you're motivating people, when you're motivating, how does it work when you're motivating youths?
Princess is in the building.
To have you join us today.
Wake up.
She came very early.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And you look amazing, I have to say.
Thank you. Thanks to your makeup artist.
No. I think you just glow from the inside.
Oh my God.
Yes,
my head
you're
is
very
swelling.
golden. Look at all your gold, all the expensive.
This is 1.5.
Expensive jewelry.
This is 1.5. I bought it at trade fair.
Why now? Why
It
now?
looks so the earring. The earring.
1.5. Everything.
1.5.
Yeah.
For everything or each.
Each. 1.5. 1.5.
No, but really, you've been in the industry for how many years now?
Which of the industries?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I started acting when I was 7.
Oh wow.
So I started with stage, you know, then TV, then movies.
Wow.
So
You're
Then
comedy.
catering.
I just started comedy in 2002. So
2002.
Just in 2002, just
yeah,
it's yesterday.
Yeah, that's almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's about 18 years now.
18 years.
2002.
Then I don't know. I started 2002. I mean, I have seniors now that I've started since like 1974. Julius, Agu, Ali Baba, TA, all of them, Basoj, you get Yinka. So I think I just started not too long ago.
But
we were saying earlier that everybody has, Instagram skits now and all of that. But you guys, you, TA, and a few other people were the king of skits when there was no Instagram.
Yes.
Because you had all these 5-minute, 3-minute videos that you had at the time with characters. So you would dress up. You would
TA is a sick person. I don't know. He's just my friend, like from a distance, because he's sick and I'm a very okay person.
Okay.
So he just, I don't know, he dresses up, acts like these people, and I'm just there like Madam Princess, trying to like, support him, and it's, like that's not me. So there was one we did about Obasanjo. Even Bashar Ali, the one we did, he was like, yeah, you guys got this right.
Okay.
That's it. So.
Amazing.
But the process is very different now. There are a lot of young ones doing it now. But I saw some of the YouTube videos from Madam Princess. Yeah. But the white lipstick is still there. The glasses are still there. Maintaining that character, have you ever felt any pressure to let it go?
There was a time I was not even recording. I didn't put anything online. Then I go to events and they tell me, oh, you can't park here. Because I use a very cheap, very common car. So they say, go out. Then when I come, I see like younger colleagues parking there. I'm like, how much did you buy your car? They say 20 million or 15 million. So my car is just like 1.5. So I'm like, where do you get money from? So one day backstage, I think it was 2 years ago or so, El-Rufai, she just said, I'm the princess. You used to do this, Madam Princess. I'm like, where are you people getting? She said, Instagram now, you just shoot. I'm like, okay, so I tried to get cameras and everything. But she said, use your phone.
Use your phone.
So I tried to talk to a couple of people, like, how do you do it? Use your phone. I talked to Lizzie. They were like, use your phone. So I've not been able to use my phone because I don't know the setting and everything. But I just talked to Bumi. Bumi, come on. Bumi Davis, let me use your camera and shoot. So, and then people said, okay, talk about this. They sent topics. I said, DM me. And, and so in the last 1 year, I've tried to put up videos. But then last few months, I've not been able to do anything because I was sick. So but there are so many things, and over time, with the things people saying, I just find out that Madam Princess is getting
more and more popular.
It's coming back.
Yeah, so I just sit and watch her like this. That's not me.
It's not you.
I really need to say that.
You need to.
Very prim and proper, innit?
Madam Princess.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I watched some of it and
Yeah.
I'm like, that can't be me. No, I'm serious.
Those glasses are straight out of the 60s.
My mom's glasses from when she was in the
Wow.
work,
Straight out of the 60s.
And the white lipstick. That
It's
white
actually pink. I don't know why it comes out as white.
So now it's pink, yeah.
Bright pink. So I have to say, being a female comedian from almost 20 years ago. It must have been a
Don't
lot
say
of...
almost 20 years, just say just from a few years ago.
From few years.
Because I'm very young and I'm
Yeah.
single. I don't want people to start thinking. Because I have this issue when people see me, Madam Princess, I'll be like, I'm not older than you.
Okay.
I'm young.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
you know, guys tend to think I'm very old. I'm not old, I'm single. I'm not Madam Princess.
Okay.
I started a few years ago.
So I'm thinking about the fact that, you know, women in the industry are very few and far between. So what do you think caused that in the beginning and is still making it the same today?
Well, initially when I came, there was Mandy before I came. And then I just saw that I didn't see her again. And after a while, people would say, Princess, you are the best comedian. You are the queen of comedy. I'm like, what's that? I think the main issue is, first off, people try to, I don't know how to say it, create enmity where there's none. And, you know, guys overlook things easily more than, you know, ladies. But along the line, even when I now got to meet her, I'm like, she's one of the most fantastic human beings, you know. So I feel like if other comedians are coming in, just let's embrace them and be. Yeah. And then so, like Pasha's boss said, the first time I didn't go for basket mouth laughs and jams, I heard one lady came, she was very funny, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I want to meet her if she's that funny. And that was it. So I could have gone, why? So, I mean, and then every time I talk about this, I say, if you're funny and you're female, just come out and try and do your thing. You don't need to know someone. I think what's holding a lot of females back is, first off, our society frowns upon women being blunt. To be a comedian, you have to not care to a certain level.
Yeah.
Just when I told my mom, watch me on TV, she says to me, what are you going for? I said, interview. What will you be talking about? Like, she's already trying to say, you don't have to do that. And then I also tell people when, you know, because in most cases, when you are looking for a job and people offer you something like, if you do this for me, then I'll give you the job. Women always have that thing,
that
like issue. So I think that's what stopped some people. But now we have some very lovely female comedians. But I don't know why. When I see them at show, I'm like, why are you not performing at this show? And they say, they don't know me. You know, because people are scared. If they've not seen you perform, they are scared to allow you on their stage, platform. So what I tell them is, use any platform you have, which is what is really causing all this. If you're funny, start in your school, do it in your church, do it anywhere, do it in your mosque, do it anywhere. But if you're waiting for someone to go on, if they've not seen you perform, they will not want to give you that. But I have seen some fantastic female comedians, but I don't see people using them because those people are waiting to see what they've done. So I said to them, if you can record it, if your friend can record it, try. But I want to say to everybody now, if you're funny, you're female, start from where you are. Because if you're good, people will hear. And if that person has not seen you, somebody that has heard about you say, oh, Princess, I've not seen her, but I hear she performed somewhere. Maybe it could be your street carnival or something. It doesn't have to be the big venues. I think that's what's holding, those are the things holding. The society should please chill out a little.
That's the motivation. That's the motivational princess coming out now.
No, when I mean motivator, I mean I'm that kind of person that if you tell me you want to make your hair, you will go tomorrow. I'll be like, no, go now.
So you're motivating
I'll push you, you know. So that's just.
So you're motivating young female comedians out there.
People, you need
to go out.
Oh my goodness, I've met some ladies. I mean, at the last show that TA had in December, I saw this lady back saying, what are you doing here? Why are you not on stage? She's like, I'm waiting for, like, you need to meet them. Mav, or what's her name? She's good. I saw her and I was like, I was shaking, and you know me, I don't know how to laugh. I almost fell off the chair. Like, you know, there's a Bion, there's Small Mommy. I don't even know where she is.
Relatively unknown names, but haven't gotten the opportunity to be in the limelight.
The thing is, I think we should all stop waiting for the big opportunity.
And just perform.
Titi, you will see some of my clips on YouTube from Laughs and Jams 2001. I was just dressed like a stupid clown. I didn't really care.
Laughs and Jams, oh my goodness.
Yes.
let's go to the kitchen as we continue this conversation.
Okay.
But Laughs and Jams is wow.
What?
That's a
basket
wild
mat really tried for me.
yeah.
But
So-
I'll go early, clean the chairs, try and sweep, so that but can I sit on this thing? I'm so short.
Okay, let me hold on to it.
Who will carry me?
Let me hold on to it for you.
Oh, I hope I don't break this.
Don't break it. You won't break it. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay.
Welcome to the kitchen.
Let me stand.
Okay. Let me take it down for you.
My feet does not touch
Let
the
me
floor.
take it down for you. But one thing I wanted to say was that, you know, I actually used to sell tickets for Laughs and Jams.
Oh,
I used to
from
sell
way
tickets.
But why now I look short?
We have Chef Julius here who made very beautiful and colorful snow vegetable rice and king prawns.
Snow vegetable rice.
Yes.
Snow vegetable.
Snow vegetable rice and king curry. King prawns curry.
King prawns curry.
Curry, yes.
What? So talk to us about how
Tell
you
us
did.
about this.
The curry, sauce.
Is this for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Please, I need something here.
You need something where, like a big...
Because it looks, it's queen curry, Abby. Queen
curry.
With queen prawns. Just change it for my sake.
Oh, okay, queen prawns.
This is a royal meal.
Exactly.
Yes,
For queens.
very royal.
Please have a taste. Please have a taste.
Can I use my hand?
Sorry.
Princess.
Princess, please, it's still national
Well, you can
TV.
start from anywhere.
Please.
I think if I use my hands, you people, this is really bad.
Why?
This is very unfair.
Please have a taste
So-
and tell us what you think.
Okay, let me see. Oga.
Wait. What are we looking for? What are we
I'm
searching
coming. Oga.
Oh, wow. Oga what? Oga.
Oga, where do you stay?
Okay, where do you stay?
He'll tell you later behind the camera.
Thank
But while that is going on,
Nice.
we have to start saying our thank yous on the show.
Yes.
Big thank you to Homely NG for the kitchen accessories.
Of course, and we have to say thank you to Chef Julius for this amazing meal.
Yes.
All the
Thank you,
performers, actors, everything that's happened on the show today, we thank everyone for coming. And we still have to head over to the garden, I believe. Still in celebration.
The Afrique Jazz Band is on standby for us.
Very nice.
Ayole, ayole.